Welcome back to Monday, my friends. The 8th day of December falls right onto it, and man, we had a great weekend. We spent Friday. I was over there at Alton High in Marquette, and got to talk about Riverbend CEO and RiverBender.com and some fun stuff, and it was really cool. Then right afterwards, we got to celebrate Estella's first birthday and went over and did all that, and then Saturday was the party, and that was just a great turnout. We all had a great time doing that. And then just rolling right back into it, we had Breakfast with Santa on Saturday, too. And if you guys missed that, that was such a fun show. We had a chance just to talk to a couple of the folks that were there, like the Mayor of Godfrey and some of the village trustees like Gerard Fisher. And we even had John Johnson on, who will be on the show today, talking about his upcoming magic show. So we have a lot of fun stuff that we had this weekend. If you missed that, RiverBender.com/video. And like I said, John will be on the show today, and we'll get the details on his upcoming show. I hope your Monday's off to the best start possible. We got a nice show for you. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we have Josh coming on the show from Greenhead. This is really cool. It's the first ready-to-drink crafted cocktail that's really specially made for beer drinkers. I had a sample of it, and it really just was just fantastic. He'll be joining us and filling us in on all the details. Around 9:20, we're going to be hearing from OSF St. Anthony's, and just continuing our healthcare segments with our trusted community partner. They're going to discuss the hospital's 4th consecutive A grade from the Leapfrog Group and what all entails from that. At 10:10, like I told you, John Johnson and Tony Loving will be in from 4 Magic Productions. And then at 10:35, Ben Julian will be in from Precision Point to talk about his upcoming training opportunities and all of what Precision Point's all about. It's a Monday full of conversations, and I hope you're ready for it. But at 9:08, here's what you need to know. Make sure you download the RiverBender.com app today. Authorities apprehended DJ Marshall early Saturday morning following a several-hour manhunt connected to that shooting incident involving a Granite City police officer. Earlier that day, Marshall allegedly fired multiple shots at the officer on Johnson Road, injuring him. The officer quickly transported to a St. Louis area hospital for medical treatment. Granite City Police expressed their gratitude to the community for their support and assistance during the investigation. Officials continue to gather more information on this and will release additional details soon. Also in the news, 3 residents from the Alton area are facing felony charges for possessing stolen motorcycles in separate cases. Lloyd A. Cook, 59, charged with a Class 2 felony for possessing a 2007 Kawasaki. Scott A. Rector, 37, also faces a Class 2 felony for possessing a stolen 2008 Shanghai Shinky YY150. While David Halstead, 38, of East Alton, was charged also, if I can talk today, for possessing a stolen 1974 Harley-Davidson. The Metro East Auto Theft Task Force brought the charges, and all 3 individuals were released pending trial. You can see more details on that and all the cases that Dalton Brown follows at RiverBender.com/news. Theta Hughes, 27, was reported missing after boarding a St. Louis to Chicago Amtrak train on the morning of December the 3rd. Scheduled to arrive in Chicago by 11:40, Hughes never reached her destination. Authorities continued the investigation into her disappearance. However, Theta Hughes has been found and is recovering after going missing following that St. Louis to Chicago train trip, we can report. Also in the news today, Charles D. Sanders, 52, of Alton, is in custody facing multiple felony charges after an Alton police investigation revealed he solicited what he believed to be a 14-year-old child for sexual acts. Between October the 17th and October the 25th, Sanders used electronic devices to communicate with an individual posing as a minor. He allegedly arranged to meet the supposed teenager at his home for unlawful purposes. The investigation began following a report filed November the 10th, leading to search warrants and Sanders' arrest on December the 2nd. Sanders charged with indecent solicitation to meet a child, and grooming. He remains in custody. We'll keep you updated when more details do emerge. Also in the news today, starting in 2026, Illinois will see several initiatives led by Secretary of State Alexei Giannoulis take effect. New legislation targets road safety by clarifying cheating on DMV exams, allowing online written tests, and improving bicycle safety rules, including mandatory lane changes when passing cyclists and more. Libraries will also be benefiting from security grants to install cameras and alarms amid rising threats. The state is also cracking down on predatory towing practices by empowering the Secretary of State to suspend registration of non-compliant companies. Additionally, the Illinois Court of Claims will modernize operations with electronic filing and remote sessions, enhancing convenience and reducing delays for residents. This is on part of the ongoing initiative we're doing to keep you updated on the new laws and new initiatives taking effect in 2026. If you missed the one that Dalton Brown just did on all of the new laws taking effect statewide just outside of the Secretary of State's realm, you can see that as well at RiverBender.com/news. Let's take a look at weather. It's cold. It's 21 degrees, but it feels like 25, so there's some positivity to that weathercast. Humidity at 79%. Today, cold with intervals of clouds and sunshine. It's really just going to be a cold winter day. Tonight, partly cloudy, and air quality right now at 52. That's at moderate, but that's only going to continue to rise as the day goes long. Today, temperatures reach 32 degrees and drop down to 27. On Tuesday, a high of 48, a low of 38 degrees. On Wednesday, a high of 43, a low of 26. And then on Thursday and Friday, they're now calling for some type of precipitation. Now Thursday calling for a couple of snow showers in the afternoon. Nothing much on accumulation because of just where the temperatures are at on Thursday. A 61% chance of that happening as of now. On Thursday night, though, this is where it could be a little dangerous. There's a chance of sleet, intermittent snow, and flurries in the evening, followed by sleet at times, so be careful and start to plan accordingly, and just keep looking back at RiverBender.com/weather as you head into the end of the work week. On Friday, a high of 30, but a low of 5 degrees, mostly cold, and a couple of snow showers on Friday morning. Breezy in the afternoon, but Friday night's when the temperatures drop, and they drop quick. A low of 5 degrees as we head into Saturday, and that's a look at your next 5 days. Here's a look at what's happening now. 21 degrees in downtown Alton. It feels like 25 out there. Only a few more hours until we get above freezing. For time and temperature throughout the day, 618-465-4545, this time powered by Bounce Back. Rehab, recover, and return home. We're going to take a quick break and get ready to talk with our friends at OSF Healthcare. Make sure you guys stay up to date on RiverBender.com. And before I do take that break, RiverBender.com/shop local as you head into the holiday season. Just a few weeks left, and make sure you stop by the area Riverbend businesses that are really just going all out with some great deals, some great items. You can see more about some of the businesses that are throwing their support behind Shop Local and providing some really valuable discounts at RiverBender.com/shop local. We'll take a quick break and come back with OSF Healthcare right after this on RiverBender.com. You stay there, and I'll be here.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
What's up? It's Mike Keith. What's up, bro? Back to spotlight other amazing alumni and how they discovered their path at Lewis and Clark. Let's jump into it. This is the White Works, president of Works Welding and Tank Service, the nation's premier distributor of tank trailer parts. The White has been an outspoken and long-time supporter of the college and is the current chairperson of Lewis and Clark Board of Trustees. Oh, and he's a Lewis and Clark grad.
I'm Dwight Wertz, and I am a trailblazer.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ameren, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
With a note saying I love you, I meant it. Now I know what a fool I've been. But if you kissed me now, I know you'd fool me again. Last Christmas I gave you my heart, but the very next day you gave it away.
Alrighty, welcome back. Daily Show 9:18 is the time on this Monday morning. And we're welcome back with our friends at OSF Healthcare, and it's always great to continue our segments and really just to shine light on more great things happening within the OSF network and within St. Anthony's Health Center. This is really exciting. So, 4th consecutive year, Leapfrog recognition. What's this really mean for the hospital and for the area too?
So Leapfrog is a national nonprofit group that looks at healthcare scores for consumers, right? So they grade healthcare hospitals from A to F, and OSF St. Anthony's, we've gotten 4 consecutive A's, which really just shows to the community that we are really invested into patient safety, and we're the choice for healthcare in the area.
Absolutely. We're joined by Melinda and Melissa with OSF St. Anthony's coordinator of quality and safety. And, take me through that title too, and we'll go through your backgrounds as we dive in through this recognition also.
Sure. So my name is Melissa Poletti. I am the quality and safety manager at OSF St. Anthony's. So we look over infection control, regulatory for healthcare, and then really anything quality and safety regarding patient harm or just patient experience in general.
Really cool.
And I am Melinda White. I am the Quality and Safety Coordinator at OSF St. Anthony's. And my role, I focus a lot on patient falls or pressure injuries, monitoring all of that kind of stuff, making sure our mission partners have the most up-to-date education on those topics so that they can keep our patients safe.
That's really important. And just to break the fourth wall a little bit and just to bring the audience, and I was going to put all of their titles and licenses on the screen, but there just was not enough room. But it really is important, though, in a fun way to do that, because, at OSF, we really are all about providing the best, care and providing the, best people for that care. And it's really cool to see your qualifications, too. And, going into this, so we talked about the 4th consecutive A+ or A grade from the Leapfrog Group. And, just for all the folks to break it down even further, does Leapfrog, have they been around for a long time doing this? Has this been pretty nationally recognized?
They came on the scene, I think, about 25 years ago.
Okay.
So a little bit, yeah.
And has OSF always participated in this? Has this just been the 4th year that you guys have been able to get that A grade consecutively?
Yeah, we participate every year. There's a survey that you can elect to send into Leapfrog that gives them additional information about your safety grade.
Cool.
So we make sure we do that every year. And then it's been about 25 years, yeah.
Really cool. And now, what does it all measure in that report, and what goes into it? Because I'm sure it's really detailed too.
So A lot of their information comes from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid. So they pull information from claims data such as patient readmissions, mortalities, patient experience, and then like any hospital-acquired conditions. And then they base all that information, which they get on Hospital Compare for CMS, and then with the survey answers, they come up with a score.
Really interesting. Well, and we kind of hinted on, how it's important for St. Anthony's and why it's important for us, but it really, to me, showcases, just going above and beyond and really, accountability being there too, but also just providing that safety aspect that everyone really needs to feel when they're going to be treated for any health need. Really interesting. And now, so how did St. Anthony score this fall?
Go ahead, Mindy.
How did we score? Oh, well, we scored high, obviously, because we did get an A rating again. Honestly, what it is it's really just an honor to work for an organization that the mission partners are so focused on the safety and the quality that they provide that we are able to continue to get these kind of ratings.
Well, and now, is it just one overall rating, or are there different categories that you guys can score in?
So it's just one.
Oh, is
grade.
it really? Okay.
Yep. So it's just like school. A through F.
No kidding.
They look at all the scores of different things, and then they'll give you what your rating is every spring and then every fall.
That's interesting. So it's not. That's what I was trying to figure out if it was broken down anyway. But that's even more impressive than too if it's just that flat system.
Yeah.
Wow.
And what's really important, and we feel like we're the only hospital in the metro area to actually get an A.
Really?
Yes. Yep.
That's really important too, and it's great to recognize that and really. I'm sure it's a great morale boost too for the staff and everyone that's involved in that to see that, hey, we're continuing to do something right across all fields, especially this year with the magnet, with distinction and everything else. But you add this to it. This is, again, just another great feather in the cap.
And we like to make sure that all of our mission partners feel like they are being, I guess, rewarded in some way. So we always have like a celebration, and we get those awesome cookies from Duke's that have the big A on them in green. We have someone always from administration that dresses up in a frog costume since it's Leapfrog. It's just a fun little celebration.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
we're always doing something fun and quirky like that.
Well, this is really cool, and I just think it's great that we let the public know about it and really just make sure that we showcase that recognition, because it's great when we're looking at our healthcare systems, especially the ones that are in our own backyard that we utilize all the time, to know that they're doing great things, and you guys are.
Yeah.
And does it ever get, and this is kind of a funny question, but does it ever get tiresome to go, wow, we got it again? That's got to be a good problem to have.
I don't know if it'd be tiresome or,
but just
like
man, here we go.
Let's keep it up.
It's like, okay, is it the same feeling as the first time you get, or not the first time, but 4 years ago or the third year?
I feel like it is, because just by like comparing everybody else's scores. So right when the scores hit, we get on Leapfrog website, and we're like, okay, what did so and so get? And we're like, yes, we beat them.
That's really cool. Okay, that's what makes
it's kind of a game. Like at that point in time, like, oh, let's see if we can keep doing it.
Yeah, we know we have great quality care at our hospital, and we're just glad that everyone else can see that.
Really cool. And diving into that a little bit more, what is the kind of overall historical St. Anthony's Health Center Leapfrog score overall? Do we kind of know that, or just around where it's been?
Well, around during like the COVID years, there was a lot of issues with like hospital-acquired infections and COVID and everything. Yeah. So our score did dip a little bit, but we've been back on track for the last 2 years.
Well, and that's really good to note too, and that because that was tough for anybody to go through. Absolutely. And now to go bounce back and bounce back in the best way possible, where you're 4 years looking strong at an A rating's just got to be incredible.
Absolutely.
Do you guys get a moment to take a quick break with me?
Sure.
Absolutely.
We'll come back, talk more things St. Anthony's, and just more great recognition from our healthcare system. You stay there and we'll be here. 9:26 is the time. More Daily Show next.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ameren, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Man, it doesn't show signs of stopping. And I brought me some corn for popping. The lights are turned way down low.
Welcome back. Daily Show, 9:28's the time. Back with OSF. So we were talking a little bit about this. You guys did the best around with the Leapfrog score, which, I mean, it's not to, disparaging thing, but it's great to showcase that and realize when we're looking at, area hospitals, you guys keep shining through. And can we take a look? I know we probably can't name, specific names and all that, or we shouldn't, but, how did OSF do just compared to other hospitals? A lot of B's or...
Definitely B's, C's. There's, an F, around here as well. But I think we were the only A in Madison County and St. Clair County.
Wow. Mm-hmm. And now, do you get to see that from a regional standpoint too, in like the St. Louis County area?
Yes. So,
wow.
On both sides of the river, we were.
That's
actually
where it.
mm-hmm.
On both sides of the river.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, and it's not. It's just great to know that, just on the grand scheme of things, how well you guys are doing in that standard. And that's I'm sure a big, hats off for the entire staff too. Is it a team effort when it comes to this?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Our mission partners, they deliver the most high level of care they can. So they do serve with the greatest of love and care.
I just think it's so important to note this. So now, whenever we talk about other quality excellence that's at the health center, what else can we talk about when it comes to it? Because I know, obviously, the big one was the magnet with distinction this year. And you said 47. Is that?
47 worldwide.
That's incredible.
46 are in the United States. So it's a great honor to be one of those 46 for sure.
I think there was only 7 in Illinois that actually has distinction. So we were one of 7 hospitals in Illinois.
Well, and the work that takes, and we've talked about it before. That's a lot of work, and then a lot of years to get to that point too.
Yes, absolutely.
And whenever you guys so it comes out every fall and spring, you said, right? For the Leapfrog score. So how quickly do you guys have to start submitting like data and all of that? Is that coming right? Is that rapid response to the Leapfrog group, or does that come in sections where they take segments of whatever data you have and whatever measurements they use?
They're continually getting data from the Centers of Medicare and Medicaid, and then they get one survey. We submit it in the summer every year, and then that'll update our fall score.
Wow. Mm-hmm. And now, same thing for spring, you have to submit another survey?
No, just one survey a year.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Really interesting. And now, going forward too, what would you like people to know the most about Leapfrog, when it just comes to, I hate to sound so blunt about it, but why we're talking about it today, and then how it just pertains directly to their healthcare?
Well, if you go to a facility that is getting consecutive A scores, you are going to obtain high quality health care, and they're going to take care of you. So, that's what I would look for as a patient, is that I'm going to a place that I know is going to deliver that high quality health care.
Yes, and some of the things that they look at is like, how frequently someone gets a hospital acquired infection. So if you have a really high score, that means that, we're at a 0. So just from a community standpoint, looking at hospital compare or Leapfrog, like we're really ranking up there. So they can choose us for their care.
Well, that's incredible too, because the last thing that it's not the last thing we want is something like that to happen. But so many times you do hear of those things, and it's great to have the Leapfrog Group to, kind of showcase some of the light and grade the area hospitals so we know what's happening whenever we go through the doors. And it's great that you guys just keep, you guys are overperforming as OSF St. Anthony's throughout the last couple of years, and I don't think it's stopping.
No.
Is there anything else we should talk about for now when it comes to Leapfrog or anything else at OSF when it comes to your roles?
I think just for Leapfrog in general, OSF as a whole, as a system, really priding ourselves on giving, great patient care. And we're actually the 5th OSF hospital in Illinois to get a letter A, which is fantastic. We had like St. James, St. Joseph, St. Mary's, and St. Elizabeth's, a little bit up north. So we are happy to be included in that great group.
Really cool. Melinda, anything else?
We're going to just keep focusing on patient safety. We talk about it all the time. We pull data all the time just to make sure that we can, back up what we're doing and keep going forward.
And that's true. It's not a buzzword for you all either. It really is exactly what your mission is as you're doing it, and I think that's so important. Guys, thank you so much for stopping by and keep up the great work. This is awesome.
Thanks for having us.
9:33, a little bit of change. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back with more Daily Show next, right after this.
What's up? It's Mike Keith. What's up, bro? Back to spotlight other amazing alumni and how they discovered their path at Lewis and Clark. Let's jump into it. This is the White Works, president of Works Welding and Tank Service, the nation's premier distributor of tank trailer parts. The White has been an outspoken and long-time supporter of the college and is the current chairperson of Lewis and Clark Board of Trustees. Oh, and he's a Lewis and Clark grad.
I'm Dwight Wirtz, and I am a trailblazer.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ameren, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
I'm so happy Christmas. We hope you have fun. The near and the dear one. The old and the young.
Oh, welcome back. Daily Show on a Monday, 9:34 is the time. Real quick, I wanted to fill you in on a couple of things that are happening around the 618, and wanted to also fill you in on something in the Buzz magazine as well, because that really is a great publication. I don't know if you guys have seen those around the area or throughout the state, but a great partnership that RiverBender.com is a part of, and really just a great magazine. If you guys haven't seen it, it's free and a great service to be a part of. So real quick, I'm going to fill you in out of Alton first. I have to get back to the right. We're going to go into another story first because for some reason I'm not allowed to read that story. Springfield entrepreneur Raphael Joseph is bringing a new level of innovation to residential roofing with the launch of something called Smart Coat. It's a system designed to extend the life of aging roofs, improve energy efficiency, and reduce environmental impact. So listen to this. He's a Navy veteran and the founder of Zephyrim. Raphael has spent more than 2 decades improving housing through sustainable technologies. And now, he draws on his experience as a Trident missile tech aboard the USS Pennsylvania and brings the same precision to roofing that really just guides this. So here's what he has to say. He says, Smart Coat isn't just a roofing solution. It's a system that embodies what Zephyrum was always about and always stood for: environmental consciousness, efficient living, and innovative thinking. It's about reimagining what we already have rather than throwing it away. So Smart Coat uses high-performance elastomeric coatings materials historically used on World War II aircraft and the NASA Space Shuttle program. Now, that seal and they do that, seal and restore existing shingles with this. The result is the roof that resists weathering, reflects sunlight to improve energy efficiency, and can last significantly longer than the traditional roof lifespan. So Raphael has personally tested the system on multiple properties before he launched the business. He tested on his own roof, another property, and then another 5 years later, he launched it. And he said it's because the results speak for themselves. The launch also reinforces the company's commitment to Springfield's Ennis Park neighborhood, where the company's focusing on rehabilitating uninhabitable homes and providing lease-to-own opportunities for lower and middle-income families. More than a product, it helps families make economically sound and greener choices on their homes, and you can find out more by going to smartcoat.info. That's smartcoat.info, and seeing more in thebuzzmonthly.com. But really just a great write-up if you haven't seen it yet, and one that I highly encourage you to take a look at. With that being said, I wanted to fill you in on one of the stories from Simmons, Hanley, and Conroy. They're going to be providing some pro bono services, and I was going to give you all the details on that. Let's see if I can give it to you. I don't think I can, so why don't we do this? John and Tony are already here. Why not just take a break and go talk to them? Let's keep our Monday morning moving. 9:38, a little bit of change. We'll come back with more Daily Show next.
What's up? It's my Keith. What's up, bro? What's good, my guy? Back to spotlight other amazing alumni and how they discovered their path at Lewis and Clark. Let's jump into it. This is the White Works, president of Works Welding and Tank Service, the nation's premier distributor of tank trailer parts. The White has been an outspoken and long-time supporter of the college and is the current chairperson of Lewis and Clark Board of Trustees. Oh, and he's a Lewis and Clark grad.
I'm Dwight Wirtz, and I am a trailblazer.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Amrit, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Redefining.com/energyfuture.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
That's enough. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. We're simply having a wonderful Christmas time.
Oh, welcome back, Daily Show on a Monday. And, John, that was so fun on Saturday to see all those kids and honestly families just having the time of their life. And I don't know who had more fun, the parents or the kiddos watching you perform, but you kicked butt and took names.
Or me. I was having a great
you
time
were
too.
having the time of your life. It was awesome. And, you know what I thought was great is they should sell fast passes for the face painter. I think that's where they upcharge them next year with fast passes with the face painter and the balloon artist.
I tell you what, Mr. Nerdy doing the balloons and Miss BB doing the face painting, absolutely amazing. Love them. Worked with them last year too, and the work is just amazing, and they're such nice folks, and the kids love them too. It's a great interaction.
Well, and it goes right into this because the magic continues this weekend in Alton, Tony. This is really exciting. 4 Magic Productions. We talked about it the first time you were on that this was coming, and here we go. The Mill, and then Alton Little Theater. 2 shows at Alton Little Theater and 2 at the Mill.
1 at the Mill.
1 at the Mill, and then 2 at Alton Little Theater. Fill me in on these.
So our show is every year at Christmas time, we do a little thing called the Magicians of Christmas, where we take our regular show and we bring in magicians, and they do Christmas themed magic. It was really popular last year. We did that at the Mill, so this will be our 2nd year at the Mill. And I contacted the Alton Little Theater, and he said, "Hey, this sounds like something that would really be good to help us out and get people out and help build the Christmas spirit." So
this is really cool. Well, and now I like the Christmas theme to it because you can have a lot of fun, I feel like, when it comes to Christmas and magic. It goes hand in hand.
Well, that's the wonder of the holidays right there, live on stage.
You were blowing me away, John, because we filmed pretty much all of your set at the North Alton Godfrey Breakfast with Santa. And
for blackmail purposes, or
you just never know, no, but it was cool though because it was to see the holiday component, the Christmas component was really fun. I mean, it really was such a cool tie-in. And who are we all going to have be a part of this show for the Magicians of Christmas?
So this year it is Professor Longhair, Randy Thompson.
Yes,
he's great.
John Johnson, myself, and Kevin Green, who does Western-themed magic.
And let's not forget about Steve Zelke.
Steve Zelke is our
a great area magician.
That's really cool. What's Western magic? Is
he dresses up as a cowboy and
period
clothing.
Okay.
Yes.
That's cool. And then Steve Zelke, what type of magic? Just overall, just a lot of different stuff.
Regular magic. Steve's our regular MC for all of our shows.
Nice.
So yeah.
Well, and now, John, have you been performing with Tony on 4 Magic Productions for a little bit, or?
Yeah, we've worked together before. Let's see. I guess the first time was at one of the productions earlier this year at the Mill, wasn't it?
It was.
I believe that was the first time, and then we did the show at the Nazarene Community Center Theater there in Roxana.
How'd that go?
Together.
That's a nice venue.
It is a very nice venue, and we had a great show and a small but enthusiastic crowd, so we were happy to see that.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Well, and now when you get 5 magicians, I do get paid to do this job. I promise you. I'm not just filling in. You get a lot of entertainment, and I'm sure the price point's just perfect for families too. Where are we at when it comes to tickets?
The price for the Alton Little Theater, I believe, is $25 for adults and $15 for children under 18.
You can't beat that. That's a great price. And now, how long is each
5
show?
Magicians.
2 hours, roughly.
Well, you can't beat that.
Yeah, there's an intermission in there too, right? So we give them a little breather from all the excitement.
Take a breath, go get some water. You're getting right back into the thrill of it.
I believe the price at the Mill is $20 or less than $20.
That's great. And the Mill's a great venue. I mean, that really is a nice spot. Just like Alton Little Theater, that's a great spot, especially for performing arts, I feel like. This is going to be really good for all the performers. And I'm sure it's great to have great venues to go in and perform and to have. I'm sure you get that feedback too when you bring the magicians together that sometimes it's not the stage you're performing on, but when you have those opportunities, that's a great one you don't want to miss.
Yeah, and with something like this, with five magicians for one low cost, and you get a lot of variety on there, and you get to see a lot of different styles of magic, a lot of different presentations. Like, for example, what Tony here does is vastly different from what I do, and from what Steve does, or from what Professor Long here does. So there's, just a ton of variety. It's unusual, unique entertainment.
Yeah. And when I build the lineups, I try to go in and create that differentiation between the acts. Just, I don't know if you remember the show, The World's Greatest Magic. Mm-hmm. They used to have those specials on, and they would have different styles of magic. And so people got introduced to that. It's not all the same, pull a rabbit out of a hat. Right. You got mentalism, you've got the wonderful things that John does with cards and coins. You've got the comedy magician of Professor Longhair, and Steve Zelke is a wonderful, just a straight magician, and Kevin Green. We're looking forward to having him come in and do his bit. So, but every show, I try to rotate people in, so we get different headliners, we get different people as they're available. So you're never going to see the same show twice.
That's so cool. I think that is such a great component of it, and I don't know. I'm a little nervous about your set, Tony. I always am when mentalism comes into play.
Yeah.
That's what I was used to be. I was described as mentalism for a long time.
Yeah.
No, I cut off the ism.
Oh,
yeah.
Just the mental,
Just mental.
CJ.
Okay.
Just the mental. Come on, let's be honest here, okay? You're dealing with magicians, and honesty is our best policy.
And most of us are mental, too.
Yeah.
That's true. That's so cool. I think it's great to bring everyone together and really provide this opportunity on the performer side, but also for families. Seriously, there's not a lot of times you can go see this type of magic show really in the area, to be honest with you. And if you break it down, because we always talk about how much you save, that's cost per magician's $5.
Yes.
Oh,
at the Alton show, less than at the Mills show.
Right.
And now Alton, there's a matinee, and then there's an evening show too, correct?
Yes. Yeah. Friday night is an evening show. Saturday is a matinee at 2:00.
Absolutely. The 12th at 7:30 p.m. and then the 13th is Saturday. Whew. Thankfully, it wasn't on Friday. Well, it could have been great for you guys if it was on Friday the 13th.
I think we performed on a Friday the 13th one time, and it turned out really well. So
I bet it goes hand in hand too.
Yeah.
But Saturday the 13th at 2 p.m. you can stop by Alton Little Theater too. Tickets are great, $25 for adults, and like we said earlier, kids under 18 are $15, and tickets are always going to go fast at Alton Little Theater, and really just a great performance space. And for the Mill, do you just go to the Mill's website for theirs?
Yes. And you can buy tickets at the door too at the Mill.
Really cool. And now, is there an upcoming show on the 20th?
Yeah, 21st of. Oh no, the 20th is at the Mill.
Okay. Oh, okay. I get it. On the website, I had two different locations I was reading. I can't read today. Apparently, the 20th is at the Mill, and then on the 12th and 13th is in Alton. And now, who's going to be at the Mill? Is it
same lineup?
Oh, really cool.
Yeah.
That's going to be
Is
great.
Mr. Green going to be with us?
He is.
Okay, great.
He is.
Yeah, and fascinating enough, apparently runs in a family there because he has a brother, Gregory Green. Is it a brother or cousin?
His brother.
Brother,
and Greg Green was in, actually, he was in the first show that we did at the Mill.
That's awesome.
I'd known Greg for years and years and years, and so I got a hold of him. And he had just come, or not just, but he'd been out in Las Vegas doing magic out in Las Vegas. And then he moved back here, and I said, hey, you want to come do the show? And sure, I'll come do it. And
that's awesome.
So, yeah.
And that's really cool. Why don't we do this? You guys going to take a quick break with me?
Sure.
Let's do that. We'll hit pause on this. We'll pay a quick bill. We'll come back and talk more magic right after this on RiverBender and Roku.
What's up? It's Mike Keith. What's up, bro? Back to spotlight other amazing alumni and how they discovered their path at Lewis and Clark. Let's jump into it. This is the White Works, president of Works Welding and Tank Service, the nation's premier distributor of tank trailer parts. The White has been an outspoken and long-time supporter of the college and is the current chairperson of Lewis and Clark Board of Trustees. Oh, and he's a Lewis and Clark grad.
I'm Dwight Wirtz, and I am a trailblazer.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ameren, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
And then away went Rudolph, whizzing like a shooting star. Run, run, Rudolph, Santa meant to make it in town. Santa make him hurry, tell him he can take the freeway down. Run, run, Rudolph, reeling like a merry-go-round.
Welcome back, Daily Show. Maybe I can. I'm losing my voice now. 9:53, a little bit of change. Back with Tony, back with John. And, you know, as we're getting back into this, I knew that this would not be a normal interview because there's got to be some type of fun, to say the least. And now, going into the mentalism side of things, we figured out that I'm not a mentalist or mentalism. I am just mental. Right. But we learned that during the commercial break. And now going into this, though, this is fun. Fill me in. What is this all about?
Well, okay. I brought something that I just came up with yesterday.
Okay.
And so I have 5 different Christmassy words right here. I just want you to silently pick one and remember it. All right. You got it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want you to imagine that word is floating in front of you, right? And you're looking at the letters one at a time, right? And as you're looking at the letters, the whole word is turning green. All right. Now, still looking at the letters. The whole word is turning red now. You got it? Look at the letters individually. I'm getting an A. There's an A in there's no A? It sounds like A though. It's like the word, it's reindeer.
That's wild. That's so wild.
Wonderful.
That's incredible. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Good. I don't know if I want to go do the full show, though, if you read my mind or anything. That's cool.
Well, we won't
This is
reveal
incredible.
everything that's in your mind. That would be incriminating.
That would be. That's what I'm nervous about. Is this going to turn into some interrogation? You know?
Oh, no.
I got to go see it now. This is actually incredible. That was really cool. So is that part of your, is that going to be part of the show? Those type of things are on a grander scale.
The things that I do are bigger.
Okay. Oh,
that involve more of the audience. I use the book, A Christmas Carol, and there I have people go out and select the things that they want for Christmas, and I reveal those things.
That's awesome. That's cool. Well, and now I want to fill just to break the fourth wall. I also heard during the commercial break something about a levitating table at times. Could be.
Yes.
Okay. Just in case, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but just the fact that could happen is pretty darn cool.
Yeah.
And John, going into this, because I just got my mind a little bit blown. I know that you always have some fun for me as well when you come in to see me too.
Well, I do. I have to say, I'm a little bit envious with Tony and his mind reading and stuff. So I'm going to try a little bit of that. If that's, I'm not going to try to step on your toes there,
no,
Tony.
Go right ahead.
I can do this. Okay, and CJ, I'm going to use your brain.
Oh, God.
Right? Because I like to live dangerously.
That's right.
Oh, and so I have, I have this.
This is a beautiful butterfly.
It is. And look at all the colors. See all those colors there? Oh, here, let's get the butterfly upside down, the one that fly into the ground. There we go.
It is cold outside.
Now I'm going to make a wishing well in here. Okay? Now you saw all the colors. It's all the primary colors in the butterfly. Mm-hmm. So think of those colors and just kind of, with your brain, reach in and pull one of those colors out.
Okay.
And you can go ahead and tell us what it is.
Blue.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think I have some blue in here somewhere. Okay. Blue. Oh, look. I have a little bit of blue coming out of there. But I cover all the bases here. I have more than blue. I also have yellow, red, green. I have all the colors here. Because I don't want to take any chances.
Why would you?
Now, this is actually a magical rainbow. And do you know what you do when you see a magical rainbow?
Make a wish.
Make a wish. Oh, by the way, do you know what wishes sound like? Wish. Yeah, I went there, Tony. All right, so let's take this magical rainbow. It goes right back in. Now, you're thinking of your wish, right?
Yes.
Think of your wish. Don't forget your wish. Hey, there we go. And are you going to tell us your wish? Don't do that, because then it won't come true. Hey, now watch. Now, just like a real rainbow, this magical rainbow just disappears.
Oh, no way. That's incredible. That's incredible.
Fly away.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Okay, my mind's blown twice today. I like that. So you guys can see all of that and more coming up in a couple of days.
Oh, yeah.
Now, how long are each of the are they segments, or do we just call them individual performances?
Segments are between 20 and 25 minutes.
Okay.
Some people's acts, if you go longer than that, it just, you lose the enthusiasm.
Oh, for sure.
Of the performer. And
basically, because we're lazy, 20 minutes, that's all we want to work. That's a full day of work for a magician. Yeah, in case anybody's wondering.
It is basically.
Well, it doesn't need to be any longer than that, right? Because it's all about the art of the story, and
it is.
And it's the same. You know what? When I was doing wrestling, when I was so excited, I was like, oh man, how cool would it be to do an hour? Why? If you can do it in 5 minutes, so that way you're out of there, and the audience is still as happy as if you wasted an hour of everybody's time too. But but I wasn't pulling a rabbit out of a hat or making a table levitate either. So I just had to get thrown into things. That's why I'm the way I am, I think, now. I think I'm glad I talked about this on the show. Going into this, on Friday, 7:30 at Alton Little Theater. Great venue. Tickets are still available.
Yes.
Yes.
$25 for adults. Kids are 18 and under are going to be, I have it right in front of me, $15. And it's just really a perfect outing for the family to come together and just have fun. And honestly, just to have these type of shows and this type of entertainment is something the area has needed for a long time. And I just think it's cool to get everyone together and give opportunities to magicians, and especially ones that are aspiring too. Who knows? And it gets you more opportunities to be out there and wow the region.
Yes.
And I'm really surprised because there's a lot of people who have never seen magic live.
Isn't that wild? I thought the same thing because we've talked about this before.
Yes. And I mean, and a lot of people haven't even seen magic on TV.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a surprising number of people. And there's a lot of misconceptions about magic too. And to them, I say yes. I mean, here's what I mean. Magic, that's just for kids. Well, yes, it is. Well, magic, it's involved, it's active, it's kind of sophisticated, it's just for adults. Yes, it is. I mean, it can be that. It can be for everything in between. And what Professor Long here and I have found, working some of the outdoor events, the fairs and things like that, is that teenagers are really into magic these days.
Yeah.
We have them, they're a wonderful audience. They're very attentive, very curious, and they come up afterwards and are asking all sorts of questions. So magic is really for everyone. And I mean, I love bands. I love music. There's a lot of music everywhere. Magic, it's more unique, and you don't always get the opportunity. And I encourage everyone, if you have an opportunity to go see magicians live, do it, because you will be pleasantly surprised and mystified.
Yeah.
And mystified.
Not pleasantly. You are going to be blown out of your chair. Well, you're right. And just to have this, man, you're right. Because we can see a ton of great music, but to have the opportunity to just, mark the calendar a bit, get the tickets, and go have a really cool date night afterwards if you are just with your partner or your wife, husband, whichever, girlfriend, boyfriend, you name it, and then go have dinner, go whatever afterwards, or bring the kids and go get dinner afterwards or before. That's perfect.
Yeah, that's point right there, CJ, because it's great for families, and it's also great for date nights.
Yeah, it really is. And now, unless you have one of those you're getting really mind read and your date wants to know some answers. You never know who. You never know what $100 can do for somebody, or $1,000. You just got to be careful. Let me tell you about a time that happened to me. Oh wait, I can't. We got to take it. No, I'm just kidding. Tony, what are you hoping for the most over the Magicians of Christmas shows?
I'm hoping that we help people find the spirit of Christmas this year.
Yeah,
that's my big thing. Personally, I love doing these shows because everybody's into it, and they're doing something special for the holidays, and they're bringing their kids out, and the kids get some of that wonder built up before Christmas Eve, and I think this is like the start of the holiday season for me.
Absolutely. Guys, thank you so much for stopping by. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
You're welcome.
Wonderful. Thank you.
We'll take a quick break at 10:05. More Daily Show comes right around the corner. Next.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
What's up? It's Mike Keith. What's up, bro? What's good, my guy? Back to spotlight other amazing alumni and how they discovered their path at Lewis and Clark. Let's jump into it. This is the White Works, president of Works Welding and Tank Service, the nation's premier distributor of tank trailer parts. The White has been an outspoken and long-time supporter of the college, and is the current chairperson of Lewis and Clark Board of Trustees. Oh, and he's a Lewis and Clark grad.
I'm Dwight Wirtz, and I am a trailblazer.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ameren, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back. Daily Show, 10:33 is the time. Salvation Army. Tree of Lights, Red Kettle Campaign. Sean and
Cassie. Major Cassie.
God dang it. I did this.
It's okay.
And remember, I was doing so good the last 3 times.
You were killing it. But hey,
it's because I got in my head. That's what happens. But I got my Red Bull.
Yes! It's become our tradition to bring a Red Bull.
Well, and we were just talking, too, the storm this last weekend.
Yes.
I didn't even think about that for the Red Kettle campaign and all the other Tree of Lights initiatives and Red Kettle campaign stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's something to adapt to.
Dude, it definitely was. It was difficult. It was a hard hit because that's
especially for kettles.
Yeah.
There was quite a bit of kettles that we had empty because people couldn't make it, or we just couldn't get people out there.
Yeah.
And so it was a hard hit this weekend.
Well, and we even I know the roads were rough, so there were even some that we ended up pulling in because we want people to be safe.
Absolutely.
Obviously, and so that was a bit of a. That was a tough blow, to say the least. And then with some of the weather recently, like when we had several schools that were signed up to do different ringing, but because the schools canceled all the after-school programming, that also meant the same thing for that bell ringing piece. But we are confident and we believe that our community is going to rock it out, and we're going to see, hopefully, people coming out in droves to either volunteer to ring or to donate. You can go to registertoring.com and type in your zip code, and you can pick any location and the time frame. And hopefully, my pal CJ over here is going to have a little link for you that you can also go to we have a virtual red kettle and that we've been encouraging people to use this year. And it should give you some direction on if you want to make your own virtual kettle for us as well. And all those monies stay right here in Madison County.
Well, and that's another good point to make, is that it does stay in Madison County and stays right here to area families. Like Community Christmas, you guys are, one of the distribution sites and are recipients of that. And to see that support on the flip side is great. But you really see the need, too.
Dude, we have over 1,100 angels this year.
Whoa.
Yeah.
How many? That's more than last year, too, isn't
Correct.
it? Wow.
So we have just seen an incredible jump. And a lot of it has been new families, just families that they're just struggling, and they got hit so hard with just lifing.
With life.
Yeah.
Well, and that's becoming more and more with conversations I've had on the show with organizations around the community that have seen that same increase. And it's just folks that really were already kind of maybe doing okay and just getting by, and then something happened, and an excessive energy bill one month or a car breakdown, and then a lot of folks fell into that because they didn't have the savings. And a lot of us are in that same boat. And it really brings back that perspective of you never know who it could happen to or who can go through that spell. And it's great to have the Salvation Army here for that.
Well, we are privileged to get to serve alongside of so many other amazing agencies in the area. But you are absolutely right, CJ. Families are just one paycheck away sometimes. And if someone gets sick or any of those pieces, that could be so tough. Just so tough.
Absolutely. You're seeing on your screen, that's the link that will take you to the virtual Red Kettle.
Yay!
Where you can donate one time or monthly. And we can get that going and keep it increasing and hit that $50,000 goal.
Yeah, that's the goal that we have for that virtual kettle itself. But
what's the goal this year?
422,500.
Yeah.
Wow. That's an increase.
No, it's the same as last year.
Oh, is it the same?
Yeah.
Well, how far do we have to go? Do we know?
Major.
So
Give us.
with this weekend's count, we are at 99,000.
We need some Santa magic here.
Yes, we do. And I think, we're now past Thanksgiving and everybody's mindset is now Christmas.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a little bit more giving there. But we really do need the help. We need people at the kettles. So redefining.com. And we just need the help this year for sure.
Well, and now, whenever we go to registerring.com, we can pick any of the spots throughout the area, and you can select being a virtual ring or two and raise money that way. But really going on site, do we still need some bell ringers pretty significantly throughout the area?
Yeah, absolutely. People give to a kettle that has a person at it before they give to an unmanned kettle.
Yeah.
It makes sense every time. Yeah.
Yeah. So we need lots of hours.
And God is just going to, I'm confident in this community. Like, they have shown up every year. Like, last year we surpassed the goal as well.
Well, and that was coming down to the last kind of couple weeks, wasn't it?
Very close.
That is true. It was definitely a squeak through, but it
happened,
still,
though.
Yes,
and
it
that's
did.
the bottom line.
It did.
The community rallies, and I think they're going to this year. And,
I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree.
And we always see those gold coins in the kettles, don't we, in this area?
We have. We haven't seen one yet this year that I'm aware of, but we are so grateful. So whoever you are, please know that we are so grateful for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And just what a blessing. And it's such an encouragement. Like, I've had several people in the community and other donors who have just said when they saw that in the newspaper or when they heard about the gold kettle, like that just kind of encouraged them. It challenged them to want to give more. And I totally see that. I had a friend who was taking pictures when she was ringing, and she was going to post. She posted them on Facebook, and she's like, "I want to make sure that I can challenge other people." And I encouraged her to say, just like, "Hey, you can be an advocate and an ambassador for the Army." So, friends, when you're out there ringing, feel free to take like selfies or pictures or videos and post them on Facebook, and that could be such an encouragement to other people. Like, hey, I could totally do that. I can make that work. And it could be a date night. It could be a family event. You can challenge other family members. So like on Christmas Eve, my husband and I, it's become a bit of a tradition. We've been competing against each other. So I'll go out and ring at a location. He'll go out and ring at a location. And then whoever raises the most gets to buy dinner. Or wait, the other one buys them. Yeah. I don't know. We figured
Loser buys dinner.
Loser buys dinner. And I had thrown in a sweetener. I was like, okay, if I win this year, I get a foot massage.
There you go.
But I think that's more motivation for myself because my husband beat me last year. He beat me. But
it's just, I think it's so cool, and for businesses even to have, some type of friendly rivalry or, some type of organizations to do the same thing. That'd be an awesome opportunity for them.
Oh, without a doubt.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt. And I am more than willing to create a cool little trophy. If you guys want like a trophy to go around, we could partner with some local places. I could get some super glue, some bells. Like
we can make that fun. I think we can totally do this. Actually, that's a great idea.
I mean, like for real. Like I've been Pinteresting little creative ideas of how to do different things, and there's one that looks really cool, and we've got the stuff for it. So as long as the hot glue works. So if you want to compete, you just let us know, and we'll make sure that you get that you get the trophy.
Yeah. Well, and now with that being said, wouldn't we raise all the funds, and I really think that we're going to get there. There's something about it every year. The magic of Christmas just kind of flows right on through, and the Lord's with you, and you get that. Take us through where that money kind of goes towards, throughout the year, throughout this campaign.
Yeah, absolutely. So all the funds that come in, it's not just paying for stuff that happens at Christmas. Yeah. This makes it possible for us to have our doors open, to be able to provide pantry and food support for those who are facing food insecurity. This allows us to be able to offer after-school programming for the youth in our community for at no cost. This allows us to be able to wrap around our families who are struggling with utilities or with different other struggles, whether that be dealing with transitioning from one apartment to another apartment, or just any of those pieces, and being able to provide for our families, not a hand out, but a hand up.
Yeah.
And hand up to hope. And this could be that bridge for them to make that difference, to break those cycles, to help get them from one point to the other, to see them then succeed. I cannot tell you how many families that we've worked with who just fell on a hard time and just needed that support.
Well, and too, it's just having the opportunity to know that something's there. You know,
Yes.
I mean, there's nothing to drive. You aren't going to be inspired to do. If for me personally, if I were to fall down on hard times and I didn't think that there was any door to knock on, there wouldn't be much for me to go, wow, I can really get back up and do this. But if there is some doors that are open, like Salvation Armies, where you know that there's going to be someone there to meet you where you are and really drive you through or help you, you know, you have something to really aspire to tomorrow for. And I think that's really an important part of that too.
I agree. And it's super huge. I think we forget that we've just got the power to bring about lasting change in the lives of our neighbors, and that power could be in speaking a kind word, speaking life into someone, donating at the kettle, choosing to volunteer to ring at the kettle, volunteering at a local agency in the area. Like, we have the ability to speak life into each other and to support each other. And now more than ever, we need that. Because like you were saying, it is so tough when you feel like there's nothing, that there's no hope. Yeah. And I feel like the Salvation Army has done a good job, and we continue to strive. We try to do the most good, right? Like, we're doing the most good in our community. We're striving to meet that need for our neighbors so that they're not doing life alone and that they have that hope.
100%. We'll take a quick break. 10:43. We'll come back with Salvation Army right after this.
What's up? It's Mike Keith. What's up, bro? Back to spotlight other amazing alumni and how they discovered their path at Lewis and Clark. Let's jump into it.
This is the White Works, president of Works Welding and Tank Service, the nation's premier distributor of tank trailer parts. The White has been an outspoken and long-time supporter of the college, and is the current chairperson of Lewis and Clark Board of Trustees. Oh, and he's a Lewis and Clark grad.
I'm Dwight Wirtz, and I am a trailblazer.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ameren, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
And that's enough. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. We're simply having a wonderful Christmas time.
Welcome back, Daily Show. 10:45. Register to ring.com to sign up to find the nearest kettle to you and to challenge your nearest business owner, your neighbor. You know, light bills are getting expensive, so instead of doing a light decoration contest, I would challenge you to do a Salvation Army red kettle contest.
I like it.
There we go.
I like it.
I think I'm just going to start my own marketing firm. Hell with it, you know?
Dude.
So, you know, really getting into this, and to talk about that $400,000 goal, 430.
Yeah, 422.
422. Dang it, I was almost right.
You're right. 422.
I was right on the nose. But it's important, though, to know that number and think about how it gets spread out throughout the year and throughout the different programming opportunities that are offered. Because I know throughout the week there's, you know, great community things like Bible studies and all these opportunities, but also just that one-on-one individualized support for families, too, which is what you all are known for.
Yeah, absolutely. That, and I mean, like, when we think about, like, every week, I mean, on Mondays, we've got our pizza ministry. On Tuesdays, we've got our food pantry, as well as the shower program, and as well as we have, because of amazing local businesses or local grocery stores, we're able to put out food, fresh produce, and all these different pieces out for anybody to come in and grab to help fill in those gaps for them. And then on Wednesdays, we've got Bible study programming. We've also got other youth programming, not to mention Thursdays we've got pantry again, and we partner with amazing churches in the area to provide a lunch for all the for those in the community from 1 to 2 around that time frame. And that after school program that I was telling you about, that's Monday through Friday from 2:30 to 6 for local kiddos. And we partner with the schools. And so the schools bus the kids to us. They get a good meal, a hot meal, along with homework help and learning different life skills that they need to succeed, learning about who they are and whose they are, that they are created, that they are fearfully and wonderfully made by the Lord. And then on Tuesdays, we also have music programming. So all the funds that come in help make this possible. I mean, on Tuesday nights, these kiddos are learning so much. Do you want to share a little bit about what the kids learn on Tuesday nights?
Yeah, so we learn brass instruments, guitar, keyboard.
Wow.
Now music production, drums, all kinds of things, recorder as well. And it's just amazing to watch these kids, just their confidence just change once they've learned how to play those instruments. And,
that's incredible.
And the notes.
Yeah, that's incredible. Well, and this is what going and you're walking by those red kettles. That's what it all goes towards. And the Tree of Lights campaign as well. Is that the same tie-in?
Yeah. So that's our big kickoff. That's our big kickoff for we're getting started. Woohoo! Okay. And the opportunity to introduce our Christmas chairs to everybody, which we are so blessed to have Zeke and Joyce J. Bush. They are
They're great
phenomenal.
people.
They are, and they give great hugs. And I love their heart for the community and for their families, and we are so blessed to have them. I mean, genuinely, and the wisdom that they both have to help lead and guide us has been incredible. We're truly blessed.
Absolutely.
For sure.
You know, before I let you go, is there any other things that we should talk about right now to drive the need home, or any other calls to action we can give you?
Go ahead, Major.
There's just an endless opportunity to give, and there's so many ways. You can do the virtual red kettle. You can bring in a check, and if you got some spare change, drop it in the kettle. And we even have QR codes you can scan that on every sign up with every kettle as well. And we have our Tap to Give over at the Godfrey Schnooks as well. So.
And the Tap to Give, those of you who may not be, I mean, you may be familiar with, but it's a cool little thing that we've got on the stand at a Schnooks Godfrey. And you just take your phone and you go boop. And when you go boop, it gives you an opportunity. Like you get to pick the amount that you want. Like there are amounts listed. So then
5,
it just
10,
takes
20.
you through 5, 10, and 20. And then again with the virtual kettle, like that's something you can post on Facebook. You can then create your own kettle for the Salvation Army to benefit Madison County. And again, everything stays here. 90 cents of every dollar donated stays right here in Madison County.
Yeah, it's so cool. And really, guys, if you have the opportunity, sign up for a kettle, ring a bell, and raise some money for some great causes.
And sorry, I need to clarify. I'm so sorry. So 90 cents on every dollar goes towards direct service.
Yeah.
I apologize.
No, that's right.
That's what I meant to say.
No, it's still a huge amount of, I mean, that's huge percentages of that dollar. And it's really important for you guys to know that whatever change you got, and checks, and whoever is out there giving those gold coins, keep doing it. Just
thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll take a quick break and wrap up the Thursday show right after this on RiverBender.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ameren, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Daily Show, welcome back. We're getting ready to talk to Ben Julian, Precision Point, and I'm really excited to learn more about his training opportunities, and really just excited to learn his background a little bit too. We had a great phone call just a couple of days ago. I think it was on Wednesday or Thursday, and really just a lot of good information there, and I hope that you hang out there with us. Hey, wanted to fill you in that Madison County residents are now able to text message directly to 911 when calling isn't safe or possible. This is a big deal. The Madison County Emergency Telephone System Board launched Text to 911, a new communication option that allows residents to contact emergency dispatchers via text during life-threatening situations. Sometimes calling just isn't an option. 911 Director Aaron Weber said, if you're hiding during a domestic disturbance, have a hearing impairment, or find yourself in a situation where speaking could put you in danger, being able to text 911 can save your life. So the system upgrade is also a part of the county's transition to Next Generation 911 Network. It's abbreviated NG911 in case you see that in other publications. It's designed to enhance reliability and accessibility for residents throughout the county. Weber said the ETSB has been working closely with local dispatchers and their centers and wireless carriers to ensure system readiness. Under the new system, when someone texts 911, their message will be routed to the nearest public safety answering point based on their current location, where the trained telecommunicators can respond, request additional details, and send help. While the service adds flexibility, Weber emphasized that voice calls remain the fastest and the most efficient way to reach emergency responders, and if you can call, please do. That's what he had to say. He continues, a phone call lets our telecommunicators hear background noise, pick up on cues, and respond faster. But if you can't safely talk, text 911. Officials provided several examples when texting could save time or lives, including during domestic violence situations, active shooter or burglary situations where silence is essential, hearing or speech-impaired individuals needing direct access to emergency services, areas with a weak signal where text messaging may still be transmitted when calls drop. When texting 911, residents should include their exact location, the type of emergency, and whether anyone was injured. Phone, photos, videos, and group text, they're not yet supported. Looking ahead, the Text to 911 feature marks another milestone in the county's broader efforts to modernize emergency response systems. Future upgrades will be included, and expanded GIS mapping and enhanced real-time tracking will happen as well. We'll keep you updated as that rollout continues to happen. Quick break, more Daily Show next.
What's up? It's my Keith. What's up, bro? Back to spotlight other amazing alumni and how they discovered their path at Lewis and Clark. Let's jump into it.
This is the White Works, president of Works Welding and Tank Service, the nation's premier distributor of tank trailer parts. The White has been an outspoken and long-time supporter of the college, and is the current chairperson of Lewis and Clark Board of Trustees. Oh, and he's a Lewis and Clark grad.
I'm Dwight Wirtz, and I am a trailblazer.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ameren, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Play it dirty, play it dirty.
You'll be doing all right with your friend, Mother White.
Oh, welcome back, Daily Show. 10:33. We're going to be talking to Ben Julian soon. Hey, wanted to fill you in. Our buddy Tom Emery, friend of the show, really just an all-around great guy and so knowledgeable. Latest piece in the Buzz magazine. I'm going to have to get Tom on the show next week. He just wrote a new book, and it's about the Revolutionary War period, and really excited to get him on and talk about that. So, he wrote about Rudolph, and it was such a fascinating read. So, over 8 decades ago, there were a few names considered for the red-nosed reindeer that Robert May, an Illinois copywriter, creativity, he brought Rudolph to life. But what about Reginald, Rollo, or Rodney? In a 1939 storybook, that could have been it. So today, the hit song, the television special, which premiered 60 years ago, on December 6th, overshadowed the original as the first Rudolph told a different tale. Rudolph became a turning point in the life of May, who had hailed from the comfortable New York background and graduated from Dartmouth. Wow. In 1926, before the Depression wiped out family wealth, in 1937, his wife, Evelyn, diagnosed with cancer. Adding to his woes, he ended up taking a low-paying job at Montgomery Ward, where he wrote the company's famous catalogs. The company traditionally distributed free books to children as a Christmas promotion, and in early 1939, May began work on that season's selection. Though May dreamed of writing the great American novel, his job at Ward came first, and he threw himself into the Christmas project. His wife died in July 1939, leaving him a single father with a pile of bills. Still, May refused to take an offer from his boss to take him off the project. May received a lengthy poem on an outcast reindeer shunned because of his strange red nose, who ended up as a hero when Santa needed him to light that way on a foggy Christmas Eve. He considered a variety of names for the little reindeer, all beginning with the letter R. Among the possibilities, get this: Reginald, Reggie, Roderick, Rodney, Roland, Rollo, and Romeo. Now, as may work, he consulted his 4-year-old daughter, Barbara, to see if she understood and appreciated the verse. One change she suggested was to change the word stomach to tummy. No, that's a good change. In a 1975 interview, May actually remarked that Rudolph and I were something alike. As a child, I'd always been the smallest in class and was never asked to join the school teams. So he completed the poem in August, and his superiors, well, less than impressed. May recalled his boss said, "Can't you come up with anything better?" One account reports the brass worried that red noses are associated with heavy drinking and would not reflect well on the company. May, however, was persistent and kept trying. He recruited a friend from the Ward at Art Department, Denver Gillian, to go to the Lincoln Park Zoo in Chicago to look at deer. Gillen drew an image of Rudolph that May hoped would sway his bosses. Now, finally, the project was approved, and Rudolph was destined, as the TV show says, to go down in history. Some 2.4 million copies of the storybook were given away at 620 Ward stores. That's incredible. Now, it's quite a difference in the plot of the 32-page storybook as compared to the song and TV show. In the storybook version, Rudolph is the subject of scorn by others, but he lives with his parents in a reindeer village, not at the North Pole. Santa is struggling with the fog and can barely read street signs and house numbers, as May writes. In one instance, he barely missed hitting a tri-motored plane. Wow, there you go. As he enters Rudolph's darkened room to leave a Christmas gift, Santa sees the red nose and realizes that could be a solution. He wakes Rudolph up from his slumber, and the little reindeer, surprised and flattered, accepted Santa's offer. So, hearing the news, Rudolph's reindeer friends were regretful. Greet Rudolph's return with cheers, and Santa credits Rudolph with saving his journey and wants him on future dark trips as commander-in-chief. May subsequently remarried in 1941, but was still having financial difficulty despite Rudolph's runaway success. This is where I find the story fascinating. Out of all of this, you're still struggling. Incredibly, the president of Montgomery Ward signed the entire rights over to May for Rudolph in January 1947. Changed this guy's life. Soon, May licensed a commercial version of that storybook, as well as merchandise such as puzzles, clothing, and Viewmaster reels. May wrote 2 sequels to Rudolph, who made his on-screen debut in a cartoon short the following year in 1948. That's pretty remarkable. In 1951, May left Ward to manage Rudolph Enterprise, a full-time operation. He returned to the company several years later, and working until his retirement in 1971. But a great story from Tom Emery. And if you have a chance to see the interview that Tom and I did about the story of Rudolph, take a gander. I'm telling you, it's a good one. RiverBender.com/daily show.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
What's up? It's Mike Keith. What's up, bro? Back to spotlight other amazing alumni and how they discovered their path at Lewis and Clark. Let's jump into it.
This is the White Works, president of Works Welding and Tank Service, the nation's premier distributor of tank trailer parts. The White has been an outspoken and long-time supporter of the college and is the current chairperson of Lewis and Clark Board of Trustees. Oh, and he's a Lewis and Clark grad.
I'm Dwight Wirtz, and I am a trailblazer.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ameren, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Here comes Santa Claus, riding down Santa Claus Lane. Like some blitzen, all here's a reindeer pulling on the rein. Bells are ringing, children singing, all is merry and bright. Hang your stockings and say your prayers, 'cause Santa Claus comes tonight. Come Santa Claus, come Santa Claus around.
Welcome back. So I saw this, and I wanted to share it with you if it's okay. We're waiting on Precision. Ben Julian going to join us at 10:30. Supposed to. We might have to reschedule that. But, you know, I was looking at this and just curious about your thoughts on it. So Wallet Hub did the holiday shopping survey. And hear me and hear them out. I'm just the messenger. Here's what they have to say. Here's some key stats when it comes to this year's economy and the shopping experience. Nearly 2 in 3 Americans say the economy will make the holiday, for them, less fun. Holiday budgets are tightened. 85% of people will spend the same amount or less on the holidays this year compared to last. 33% of the people will apply for a new credit card to help with holiday shopping this year. Wow. 3 in 5 Americans say their charitable giving is affected by the economy. More than 4 in 5 say budgeting in advance is helping during the holidays, and that's bringing some relief. 61% of Americans say that they would enjoy the holidays more if people just didn't exchange gifts. Well, there you go. So what about this? 43% of Americans say they won't pay for their holiday purchases in full by the due date. 43%. That's incredible. 43% of Americans say they won't pay for their holiday purchases in full by the due date. Wow. 42% of people coming up with gift ideas to be the most stressful part of the holiday shopping season, while 27% think it's the cost this year. And 18% say it's finding the best deals. That's what causes the most stress. 31% of people would like to outsource their holiday shopping to AI and AI robots. That's interesting. 49% of Americans say their family influences their holiday shopping the most, while 23% point to friends and 22% say social media has the biggest impact. But where are you when it comes to the holiday shopping period? I mean, we're behind, and it's, you know, like we're going to go on Friday, but it's just the fact of the matter is 43% of Americans, and we can say that just because of the way the survey breaks down and how they do all their numbers, but out of this survey, 43%, and it'll average out to being around the same, aren't going to pay for their holiday purchases in full by the due date. So, I mean, that could be a minimum, that could be a big chunk of it. The bottom line is there's an affordability issue is where it comes down to. And it is what it is. I mean, 3 in 5 say their charitable giving is affected. And that's a big deal for nonprofits. We've talked to nonprofits around the area, and everyone's struggling this year. So that's just what it comes down to. So we were also just kind of looking to 10:44 is the time. And just was interesting to see this. So the holidays bring plenty of joy, and Wallet Hub is going to help us with this one too, but they can also spark seasonal stress like we were just talking about. Much of it tied to overspending. Get Dave Ramsey on the phone. Yeah, holiday sales are projected to rise 3.7% to 4.2% this year, reaching more than $1 trillion. And at the same time, credit card debt remains a challenge. In quarter three of this year, the average household carried $10,000 in credit card debt, up 2.3% from the year before. Adding holiday shopping on top of that, well, that can quickly increase the financial strain, especially if balances roll into the new year, which it seems like they're going to. So, Wallet Hub analyzed more than 550 cities in the United States to determine a maximum holiday budget for each. It factored in income, age, and savings to expense ratios. So they're also doing custom holiday budget calculations for folks as well. So here's what they found. They did all of them. They did 500 like they were talking about. And the numbers are quite fascinating. I'm just going to give you a few as we kind of go through, like Naperville, Illinois. You know, that's just right up the road a couple of hours. They're going to give you a holiday budget of $3,300 to get through the Christmas season and all of that. But what's the highest? Palo Alto, California, you're going to have to budget $4,400, $4,500. Mountain View, California, $4,200. Newton, Massachusetts, you need $4,000 this holiday season. And it just goes on and on. So how does everything else break down? I wanted to see where just St. Louis comes into play and more of as we get closer to us. So like in Joliet, they're saying you need $2,200 this Christmas season to budget accordingly. And it keeps going lower and lower. Bolingbrook in Illinois needs $1,700, and we keep going further and further. I want to see what the lowest budget you need is and where that could be. In Waukegan, Illinois, you need $1,200 to get through the holiday season, and they're doing it on a pretty conservative way. St. Joseph, you need $1,000. Glendale, California, $1,000. That's interesting. In Los Angeles, they say you need to budget with $976 to make it through the holiday season. And then Elizabeth, New Jersey, $212. So there you go. That's the lowest on the list. In Hartford, Connecticut, you're going to have $333 for your budget. But it's just interesting how Wallet Hub broke that down and how it works. St. Louis, our area clocks in at $1,016, and that's just, like I said, really fascinating. So once again, they decided to determine a maximum budget for each holiday, and that's really your budget. So, I mean, it's really interesting to see how the numbers break down. I mean, they're giving St. Louis, they're saying you have $1,000 to spend for the holidays, but you looked at that one town, $212 to spend on the holidays, and, there you go. So it's just something to take a look at. You can see the full in-depth list online, but it was just something that really kind of blows you away, just to see, it really hits you in the face, and so many people talking about how it affects them. Hey, what is always affecting us is electricity and energy and all the things that come into it, and that's why I really appreciate Ameren coming on and filling us in, because there's a lot of programs, guys, that Ameren has, and when you're such a large organization and you're such a presence, there's so many things that you have to fill in the public on, and that we do pretty much, with Ameren, a great job of just showcasing all of the other work they do with it, coming to, energy efficiency programs and utility assistance programs. And really when it comes to the impact they make on our own grid, like we just talked to, Mark the other day, and we were talking all about that really cool initiative from Ameren where Alton signed up and they received a $75,000 grant to use for EV charging stations or EV electric vehicles for public service. It's just, that's still another great initiative from a great community partner. And Ameren's been hard at work at putting energy to work for us. They're adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, and even rolling out mobile command centers to respond to storms faster and restore power quicker. You can learn more about the projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture. That's Ameren.com/energyfuture.
What's up? It's my Keith. What's up, bro? What's good, my guy? Back to spotlight other amazing alumni and how they discovered their path at Lewis and Clark. Let's jump into it. This is Dwight Wirtz, president of Wirtz Welding and Tank Service, the nation's premier distributor of tank trailer parts. Dwight has been an outspoken and long-time supporter of the college and is the current chairperson of Lewis and Clark Board of Trustees. Oh, and he's a Lewis and Clark grad.
I'm Dwight Wirtz, and I am a trailblazer.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ameren, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
From Pennsylvania, folks are traveling down to Dixie's sunny shore. From Atlantic to Pacific, gee, the traffic is terrific. Oh, there's no place like home for the holiday. 'Cause no matter how far away you roam.
Welcome back. News brief for you as we wrap up our show today. Here's what we're following again this Monday morning. Before we say so long for now, authorities did apprehend DJ Marshall early Saturday morning following that several-hour manhunt connected to a shooting incident that did involve that Granite City police officer. Earlier that day, Marshall allegedly fired shots multiple times at an officer on Johnson Road, injuring him. The officer quickly transported to a St. Louis area hospital for medical treatment. We'll have more details from the Granite City police soon. You can see all of that coverage at RiverBender.com/news. Also in the news today, two men, 23-year-old Demarius Bolden and 24-year-old Tajon Johnson, were fatally shot Wednesday night in the 12,400th block of Verizon Village Drive in St. Louis County. Officers responded around 10:25 following a shot spotter alert and found both men wounded inside a vehicle. Bolden was declared deceased at the scene, while Johnson was taken to an area hospital where he later died. No suspects have been apprehended, and the investigation is ongoing. Authorities urge anyone with information to contact the St. Louis County Police or Crime Stoppers. Further updates will be provided as the case develops. Charles Sanders, 52 of Alton, is in custody facing multiple felony charges after an Alton police investigation did reveal he solicited what he believed to be a 14-year-old child for sexual acts. Between October the 17th and October the 25th, Sanders used electronic devices to communicate with an individual posing as a minor. He allegedly arranged to meet the supposed teenager at his home for unlawful purposes. The investigation began following a report filed November 10th, leading to search warrants and Sanders' arrest on the 2nd of December. Sanders is charged with indecent solicitation, solicitation to meet a child, and grooming. He remains in custody, and we'll keep you updated when more details do roll out. Starting in 2026, Illinois will see several impactful initiatives led by Secretary of State Alexi Giannoulis taking effect. New legislation targets road safety by clarifying cheating on DMV exams, allowing online written tests, and improving bicycle safety rules, including mandatory lane changes when passing cyclists. Libraries will also benefit from security grants to install cameras and alarms amid rising threats. The state is also cracking down on predatory towing practices by empowering the Secretary of State to suspend registrations of non-compliant companies. Additionally, the Illinois Court of Claims will modernize operations with electronic filing and remote sessions, enhancing convenience and reducing delays for residents. You can stay updated all the time by downloading the RiverBender.com app today. A quick little check at weather. It's 24 degrees. It's supposed to get warmer out there today, but it's really slowly but surely getting there. Feels like 31. Temperatures will reach 32 degrees and drop down to 26 overnight. As for now, throughout the week, highs of 40 in the mid-40s and lows into the low 30s into the low 40s in the next couple of days. Thursday and Friday, we're going to see some type of precipitation, but we don't really know what it is yet. That'll change 15 times over. We're going to take a quick break and wrap up the show next.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ameren, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight.
Welcome back, 10:57 as we are wrapping up the day that was. What a good show. And we'll have more great conversations later on throughout the week. Stay up to date on RiverBender.com as more details do roll out, as we are following that officer-involved shooting in Granite City, and our hearts are out to the department and the officers' families as well as we get through this difficult time. There's a lot of statements being issued now when it comes to senators and representatives, and you can stay up to date at RiverBender.com/news. We're out of time. Thank you for a great start to my Monday. I hope yours was okay, too. We'll be back here to talk about it again tomorrow. I hope you join me then. Until then, try your best to stay out of jail.